Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of SOMSpotlight presented by Sun's Parlor Trailers. My name is Craig Smolders. I will be your host for this evening. Also, we have Angela in the control room. Thank you very much for joining us. Tonight, we're going to be joined by 2021 Thunderstock champion Todd Shaw. So let's get Todd Shaw in here and start a conversation with him. Todd, how's it going, buddy?
Not too bad tonight. How about yourself there, Craig?
Very wonderful. Thank you. Congratulations on the 2021 championship. That was a hell of a season you had. Good job.
I appreciate it. It was a long, tough battle all season long, but it paid off in the end.
Awesome, awesome. So we're gonna go into that a little bit later. Are you enjoying the off season so far? Did you have a good Christmas, good New Year's? Everything's good?
So far, all the holidays went smoothly, and as far as the off season goes, I haven't actually even started my off season yet.
Oh no. Okay, well that's different. You got some cars you're being built or something though, right?
Yeah, we got a few cars being built in the shop right now. My car is
Awesome.
still sitting on the trailer, so
Oh, awesome. All right, buddy. So how long have you been in racing? When did you start racing?
I started racing in 2011 in the mini stock mini mod division.
Okay. Awesome, awesome. I guess I want to start with a question before that. How long have you been going to racetrack? How about that?
Uh, Off and on almost my entire life. Uh, there's been like periods in time where there's been a few years without going to a track, but for the most part, since I was a little kid, going to South Buxton, or I think even the one time I went to Windsor there with my dad and stuff. But I've always been around racing my entire life.
Awesome, awesome. So basically, just going to racetracks since you were in diapers, helping dad work on the car, or your brother, or whoever was racing at the time, right?
Yep.
Awesome. So you started racing in 2011. That was your rookie season. How did that go for you?
Not too bad. I went in with just the mentality of just getting behind the wheel and getting some seat time and learning how to drive a car. Uh, yeah, it was a learning experience. My very first race out, I just knew as long as I survived to the checkered flag, I should have had a decent finish. And I managed to finish 10th, I think, that race. So it was a pretty good first outing behind the wheel of a car.
And did you run a full season in your first season?
Uh, Almost the full season. I think I missed the first 2 or 3 nights because the car just wasn't done yet.
Okay. And do you recall your best finish?
That year, uh, the high top 10 finish anyway. Probably a ninth or a 10th, at
Okay.
least
Well,
10th anyway.
that's definitely good for a rookie season, right? Now that's when it was the street stock. That's before it was the thunder stock. That's when it was street stock, right?
No, that's the mini mod and the comp fours were still racing together.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's what you said. That's what. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it was
when did
during
you?
the transition year.
Yeah. Okay. So when did you jump into a street stock or thunder stock or whatever you want to call it? What year was that?
My rookie season in the Thunderstocks was 2018.
And you ran a full season that year?
Uh, the whole season except the first 2 nights.
Okay. Awesome. And how did you make out that season?
We finished fifth overall in the points that year, with my best finish coming fourth, I believe, 3 times.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's pretty good for jumping into a different car and stuff like that. That's awesome.
Yep. It was definitely one of those fun years getting back behind the wheel. I took a 6 year break from racing at that point. So to be able to come back into a car after taking 6 years off and being consistently running in the top five every night was a good feeling.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So I just want to talk about real quickly. So you got a chance to race with your dad. You get a chance to race with your brother. What's that like? I guess I'm kind of wondering. Do you guys ever get into it on the track, off the track? I mean, we're showing a picture right now of you and your dad racing at Merrittville. But explain for the fans what that is like when you're racing with your family, your dad or your brother and stuff like that, and if you have any incidents or anything like that.
Running with them is awesome. As far as incidents go, there's never really too much incidents because us being a 3 car team like that, we always give the give and take there. Especially if the other guy's faster, you kind of just let them go. There's no point holding them up and causing issues that way. If there is issues like between the cars, we both get in a wreck together or something. You know, we shake it off and we try to figure out what we did wrong and go on to the next week and try to prevent it from happening again. For the most part, we're pretty good at just letting the faster guy go and not causing issues that way or pushing, too much in that sense.
Okay. And but there's nothing wrong with some healthy, competition, friendly competition between family members and stuff like that, right? Like,
Oh, not at all. It's blast. Like even like all last year racing with my dad, it was awesome. I didn't get to race with Steven too much last year because he went asphalt side of things as opposed to the dirt. But it's always fun racing with them, getting in behind them, learning from them because they have a lot more time behind the wheel than I do. So every time I get a chance to get in behind them, I just turn some laps behind them and just learn. And that's all you can really do. And they've been a huge supporting factor for me since I've been back in racing. And I probably wouldn't be where I am today without them. So it's awesome being able to have a family oriented race team like that on and off the track. So
oh, that's good. That's good. That's we like to see that. I mean, we like to see all the 96 cars out there all racing together. And anytime that junior would want to come back, I mean, to Soms or whatever, we definitely like to have them and see you guys all running out there. So that's good and everything. So now, so 2018 was your rookie year in the Thunderstock, and then you have COVID. So did that affect your drivability at all, or did you just kind of do what you had to do just to maintain or whatever during that downtime?
uh, during 2020 there with the COVID, I ran two nights I think that year. Um, didn't have the greatest outings both those nights, but it didn't really affect my driving because since we have iRacing, I did a lot more iRacing and stuff, and it actually probably helped me uh, better behind the wheel and throttle control and everything else. Kind of took what I learned from running on iRacing and I brought that back this year behind the wheel and paid off. So
Excellent, excellent. So let's move into 2021, buddy. That's your championship year. You had a hell of a season that year. So I guess the first thing I want to mention is right off the hop there. I don't know, I guess maybe the first couple of races, you had a transmission problem. You ended up having to go off the track in one of your first races. You blew a tire one of the first races. I don't know, further into the season, you were going into turn one. You ended up smoking the wall. How do you kind of get over that? I mean, you want to keep on the chase for the championship, and you kind of get over those humps and those incidents and the problems and the things that you have. Tell us a little bit about your 2021 season.
um, the first night that was a points night for us. I think that was July 7th. I had transmission issues. We took the speed governor out of the transmission, so I only had first gear, so I couldn't get up to speed, and that was frustrating because I knew the car was a whole lot faster than what I was able to go. So I was already at a deficit at the start of the season, and then the second night out, I came back and recovered with a hard fought race from starting dead last to finishing second. Uh, I think we were side by side going across the line for the checker flag with Sean Jones. And then after hitting a wall and stuff, it kind of bruises your ego a little bit because you're one of the faster cars and you're running up near the front. And sometimes it's just a driver error. In that case, that was my error that I made. And ultimately, I paid a consequence for my error and kind of just you brush it off and you get back at it, you fix it, and you get back out there and you learn from your mistakes.
Awesome, awesome. Anything else you want to talk about the 2021 season? I mean, I know you had a whole batch of rookies out there you were running against. They all did a really good job, but you're kind of weaving in and out of traffic when you start back in the pack and you're going through all the guys and you're hoping all the rookies and stuff will hold their line. Talk about that a little bit, Todd.
We did have a pretty large rookie class this year, and a lot of times they were obstacles, but for the most part, everyone did a great job holding their own line and letting us go if we're faster and stuff. There's, it's racing. You're going to have incidents. You're going to get the bump. You're going to get rubbed. You're going to get turned every once in a while, but it's a learning curve, and a lot of guys are easy to point the finger at someone and accuse them of not knowing how to drive and everything else. But you got to sit back and think you were once in their spot too, and you sometimes you're in the way of the faster guy too. And even being I wouldn't really say a seasoned vet, but I do have seat time over some of them. I still make mistakes, and it's just you learn, and a lot of them did learn, and a lot of them got a lot faster by the end of the season, and they were actually becoming competition, and it was great seeing them evolve through the season and stuff. Like you had Calvin Fox, Page, and I think it's Andrew Mayu and stuff. Like those guys were not fast cars at the start of the season, and by the end of the season they were up front leading, turning laps, running with us faster cars. So it was great to see them advance the way they did, and a lot of them were asking for advice and listening to the veterans out there to try to get faster. And that's what you need to do as a rookie, is just learn from the guys that have been out there for a while, and eventually you'll have your day to shine too.
Yep, exactly, for sure. September 11th, 2021, that was your first feature win, is that correct?
Yes, that was my first career feature win in a stock car.
Okay, and we do have a video up here, and we're going to pull it up in a minute, but I just want to talk about that. I just wanted to get an idea. So that would have been your first feature win. So when you're running your race, I don't know, you're getting down to the last 5 laps or whatever. Does the win start going through your mind? Do you start thinking about it, or you just drive your line and hope for the best, or how's that all play out for you?
There's real no easy way to answer that one. I can tell you what I was thinking that entire time.
Sure, let's hear
it. That entire race, like I don't know. I've watched that race probably 100 times already, and I'm still dumbfounded with the lead that I ended up getting in that race, and I don't know how I was so much faster than everybody in that race. The entire time, like right from the drop of the green flag, I know I got challenged the one time by Gerald Martin in that race, and it's like they're behind me. I know they're behind me. Why are they not getting beside me? Like, where are they? It's like they got to be right there. It's like you can't mess up. Hit your marks, slow down, turn that car, get it set, and drive off the corner. And it's like they're right there. And then to know that you have your dad behind you, and it's like he's faster than me. Where is he? He hasn't been passing me yet. It's like, is he holding cars up for me? Like, there's a lot going on in my mind, and it's just eventually I got those popsicle sticks up in the air for 2 to go, and I was like, this is it. You're still leading. Like, hit your marks, 2 more laps, don't mess up.
Yeah, for sure. But like I say, you don't start thinking about the win. So we're gonna pull your video up here in a minute as soon as it comes up. There we go. So this is your first feature win for September 11th. Last couple of laps, I think, is what we're doing here. So what's going through your mind now? There you go. There's the 2 to go. What's going through your mind? Are you thinking about that is a huge lead actually. But are you thinking about this thinking about the win at this point, or are you just running your race?
Right now, I'm just running the race. I'm thinking to myself, hit your marks. Don't get on the gas too soon. And like, it's so easy because it's like you're in the lead and you can smell the win, and sometimes you just want to get back on the loud pedal a little too soon, and that's what usually gets you turned completely sideways. Right there, I even bobbled coming out of the corner. It's like 1 corner to go, and I almost messed up. It's just it's intense. I know, like as I crossed the checker flag after it was waving, I had my arm out the window, fist pumping and everything else under the God green earth. I wanted to do that 1 more lap, but I didn't. And it's like I just wanted to get to Tech Lane, get through Tech Lane and into Victory Lane as fast as possible. It was such a great feeling to finally get the first one, and it's going to stick with me for the rest of my life.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on that win. I mean, I watched you most of the season last year, kind of followed you along with the videos and stuff I was making, and honestly, you did have a really good season. And we'll just talk about that in a minute here, but we just want to take a quick quick commercial break. This is SOMSpotlight presented by Sun Parlor Trailers. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Looking for a new standard in IT solutions? Look no further. Let the expertise of Heeb's 3 IT Solutions Inc. take your business to higher grounds. Services we provide, but are not limited to, are IT solutions and project management, website design, PC support, installation and implementation, cyber and endpoint security, residential and commercial networking, identity and branding design. With our years of experience and dedication we have to our customers, Heeb's 3 can be your one-stop shop for IT solutions. Visit us today at www.heebs3it.com.
Welcome back to SOMSpotlight presented by Sun Parlor Trailers. We're talking 2021 Thunderstock champion Todd Shaw. So Todd, we were just talking about your feature win, your first feature win. So you head back to the pits. Is Dad there? Is brother there? Who's all there to congratulate you, and what goes on in the pits afterwards?
Honestly, I can't tell you who wasn't there to congratulate me. I had guys running out from their trailers as I was going back to the tech, running up and, giving me high fives and shaking my hand and telling me way to go and everything else. I honestly can't tell you who didn't. That's how many people actually congratulated me just in that night of my win. And it's such a great feeling that, you have so many people that actually know that it's your first win and they come down and they congratulate you. It definitely is a family atmosphere out there. Even if we're different teams and stuff, everybody kind of knows everybody, and it's just a good feeling when you get followed by that many people.
Awesome. So now we're going to move forward to 2022. What's the off season looking for? What's the summer looking for? The on season, or whatever you want to call it. What's that looking like for you, buddy? What do you got going on?
Well, as until of last Friday, I wasn't sure what I was actually going to do for racing next season. But I have come to the conclusion I will be back on the dirt next year. As far as schedule goes, I'm still not 100% sure what I'm going to do. I do want to run Buxton a few times at least. Chances are it's going to be a full season at Buxton, but I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket just yet. We'll see here in the next coming month or so how things unfold with the other track schedules, Buxton's schedule, and we'll kind of go from there. I was thinking of maybe possibly even doing more of a touring thing where I just do touring dates for all the bigger shows and kind of deal, because I do half decent up in Merrittville. I really want to run Oswego, and I have a monster or a demon to fight at Humberstone. So
awesome. Okay, and now talking about your touring, what would be a bucket race for you, or track, or a race, or what's something that you would really like to do before you pack her in? You got something on the brain there?
I do. It's Oswego. I haven't ran Oswego yet. I've only gone to Oswego, I think, twice as a spectator. I love the facility up there, and with the car that I have, it hasn't been in the cards the last few years to run Oswego, especially with last year them not opening up. So I'm really hoping that next year or this year I get to at least travel up there at least once to run Oswego and scratch that track off my list.
Excellent. And what about south of the border? Would you ever want to do anything on Eldora or anything anywhere like that, or you're pretty well good with Ontario tracks?
I might have to say maybe one of these times I might try to run a Ransomville race. I think that's the track. They have Thunderstock class or Street Stock class over there that are with the rules that are similar to ours. So my car is legal to go across over there to run that track at least. So I wouldn't mind giving that track a go at least once too.
Awesome. What kind of plans you got for the future? Are you pretty well good with the Thunderstock? You want to move on to a modified or a late model or something different, or maybe even a sprint car? Would you ever look at doing some other types of racing, or are you pretty well good with what you got going on now?
It's like the old saying goes: if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, that's true. So you're doing well in Thunderstock. You're a champion, obviously. So that's good. So we got that all under control. So would you like to mention your sponsors real quick?
Yeah, because without them, it wouldn't be possible. I want to thank Total Package Management and Classic Championship Wrestling for coming on board this year. They're a huge part of the race program this year. I'm looking forward to hopefully working with them again in 2022 and years past, and hopefully bring on a couple new names as well, and help get them promoted and advertised for them through the year as well.
Excellent, excellent. Todd, what kind of things do you like to do when you're not racing? When you're not at the track or working on the car, what does Todd like to do? What kind of things do you do for fun?
Fun. Other than video game racing, it would be fishing. I love fishing. You can't beat fishing. So it's my other home away from home. The racetrack's my first one, and a fishing bank is my second. So
where do you like to go fishing? What kind of fish you like to catch?
Anything that bites. That's why it's called fish.
As long as it tastes good, right?
I don't always keep fish. Sometimes I just do it for catch and release.
Oh, there you go. So Todd, are you on Facebook? Your racing team or whatever? Are you guys on Facebook? You want to give that a quick mention?
We do have both our pages. We have Steve Shaw Racing on Facebook, and we also have Todd Shaw Motorsports on Facebook.
Okay, so if you want to get a hold of Todd or you want to get a hold of his family, get over there and check him out on Facebook. Definitely give him a like or a click over there and talk to him for sure. Well, Todd, I thank you very much for joining us. I think your time has pretty well come to an end. We've got some good questions here. We appreciate you joining us this evening. Wish you the best of luck in the 2022 season. I hope everything goes well for you, and we'll talk to you at a track somewhere soon, I hope.
Thanks for having me again, Craig, and I'm sure you'll see me at Buxton, so it'll be fun. It'll be interesting to see if I run the full schedule at Buxton, if I'll be able to repeat the championship run again.
Awesome. Well, congratulations once again on your 2021 Thunderstock Championship. Hope you take care. Thanks for joining us this evening. Hope you take care, and we'll talk to you later.
Have a good night, Craig.
You too. Thank you. All right, guys, that was Todd Shaw, 2021 Thunderstock champion at Southern Ontario Motor Speedway, joining us this evening. Thank you very much for joining us once again, folks. Next week, we're going to continue our run of talking to our champions. Next week, join us again Monday at 7 o'clock. SOMSpotlight presented by Sun Parlor Trailers, when we will be joined by UMP Modified Champion Drew Smith, driver of the 86 Modified. He'll be joining us next week. That's Monday at 7 o'clock. Thank you very much for everybody for joining us. Don't forget to go over to the Southern Ontario Motor Speedway fan zone. We have the best appearing contest going on over there, so make sure you're getting involved in all that. And check out the Facebook page, Southern Ontario Motor Speedway. We're going to be having the schedule come up here right shortly. Hopefully in the next week or so, we're going to have the schedule released. We have lots of exciting things that we're working on. So thank you very much for everybody for joining us. Everybody have a great evening, and we'll see you next Monday. SOMSpotlight presented by Sun Parlor Trailers. Thank you. Goodbye.